So they'll be calling you a radical. So the greatest performance in All-Star history, by far, nothing ever close. The entire weekend, the game. The incredible Damian Lillard. I don't believe it, but I do believe it. This is for all young athletes and young players. I watched every one of Lillard's games here. From the time he was a freshman, I helped recruit him. I was with Randy, in those days. And a lot of people don't know this. The only time I missed any games with Lillard was his last year. Right before that last season started, I got hit by a freight train called AML leukemia. I was given 2 months to live. I spent a lot of that, I spent almost all of it in the bone marrow transplant at East 8, but I had a radio. And I could listen to the great Carl Archie, who used to call him the Great Dame. So I want people, young athletes, to understand this. Lillard wasn't intimate with anybody here except for his trainer. He was in his own world. He was a teenager, a 17-year-old kid with no money. Back then, they didn't get a little stipe or whatever. So I saw his game films in the AAU league. I watched him. I'm like, truly one of the great high school players in the country, bar none. And I'm like, you think you got a shot at getting him, Randy? Yeah. Because why weren't other schools touching him? I can get into that whole fucking thing. He signs here at Weber, and I'm like, whoa. So, the greatest backcourt in Weber State history? Yeah, no doubt. Damian Lillard with Scotty Bamforth. A recent blogger just wrote an article, and it made the paper in Albuquerque down there finally, saying Scotty Bamforth, the greatest player, native, New Mexican, in history. They were on the same team. I want young players. Lillard didn't go to the NCAA tournament. Anthony Johnson had the greatest game in this building's history. This is the shirt I had on at the game. I had Damian sign it. I could have had him sign it and everything. I got the ticket from the first game he ever played here. I knew what he was right off the get. A lot of people don't realize that Lillard played in the Nike leagues. So if Lillard would have started a logo on Lillard, he could have anytime. I remember being in Wendover, and all these guys gambling, blah, blah, right here from Ogden. I mean, he got no love here. All it was Jimmer. People would fight you, want to argue with right here in this town, saying, oh, Jimmer's so much better than Lillard. Oh, really? Okay. Oh, really? I'm like, you're full of shit. Look at him now. So I'm like, what are you betting the scumbag Jazz? It's free money. Bet Weber State. They got an NBA player on the team. What? Who? This is Damian Lillard. He's going to play in the NBA. This is the day that he broke his foot. Weren't they playing Tulsa, I believe, on the road? So he missed that year. Damian Lillard, there was a coach here who's still with Lillard, who's Lillard's famous trainer. They've never left. They were inseparable here. You couldn't even really have a conversation with Lillard before, after game, anything like I do most players. Go talk to any of these players. They all know me. I have lots of conversation. Go ask Dylan Jones, But Lillard was focused. He was like a laser beam. He to the gym. If you don't strength matters. You don't know anything about his workout routine is beyond legend. It's legend. That trainer, who was an assistant basketball coach, and still with him. Look at him. At his age, what is he in his 12th season? If you don't think that's the greatest, it's just the All-Star. Yeah, right. The All-Star game, we know that's a showcase. It's not really a game. It's just a showcase to show talent, right? And I've said for years, this country needs to get off their freaking high horse on winning at all costs. It's not if you win or lose. It's how you play the game. You need to bring sportsmanship back to sport. And, the cheating, all that, fuck. Win at all costs. These sick fucking owners. Ownership, they make you fucking physically nauseous, don't they? And I'm not a fan of Damian Lillard as the businessman. Not even, because I'm an anti-usury guy. And the whole sports merchandising thing creeps me the fuck out. Everything I have is used. You know, go down to Savers, you'll find Lillard stuff. You know, I have the last Lillard jersey, the first set that they sold. They didn't do nothing for Lillard here, nothing. Because like Tim, when he became Rookie of the Year, they had him on buses. They had him on billboards, selling hundreds of jerseys out of the bookstore a day. Before they didn't know his fucking name. Nobody, he got no press, he got no love, he got no, but here's what the thing. Us small, hardcore group of Weber City fans, oh, we knew who he was. Like I said, I helped recruit him. I saw his game films. I used to tell Randy, oh my God, he's coming here. You can walk over to the pie right over there. His name's carved in the wall over there. You have no fucking money. You know, you want to get some fucking protein in your body? Fuck you, they used to pile cheese on that fucking thick. You know, these athletes, I remember talking to one of the football players recently, and he says, well, the reason I didn't bulk up muscle-wise, which is required to go to the NFL, I didn't get enough to eat. I didn't have enough money for all those calories you have to consume. It's true. You know, they get a little bit of money now, but not when Lillard was here. He was focused. He would tell you right to your face, no, I'm playing in the NBA. No, I'm going to be a superstar in the NBA. And people used to laugh. Oh, I didn't fucking laugh. I always tell that story to nausea about the Jazz Scout laughing at him in the foot because me and Frank were talking late in here. You know, I used to do the play-by-play for the radio station. You know, Manny Gonzalez. And so when I'm in the bone marrow transplant center, they sold. 88.1 is a legendary, cutting-edge, investigative journalism sports radio station here. Legend. One of the great sports FM radio station, college radio community, the station of Ogden in the history of the country. They would have never got away with it, but when I got cancer in 2011 in a bone marrow clinging to life, I was dying. I was given 2 months to live. I weighed 119 pounds, no pigment. There was nothing left of me. They sold out the signal for $25,000. Who would do such a thing? Well, Manny Gonzalez, he was pissed, you know. So Manny brought it back. He says, I want us to go digital. We'll go fucking digital. But you got to come back and help out, Kev. I'm fighting for my life, full cancer. I mean, people were all over me all the time. You know, wanted me to do radio shows, whatever, because I had all these radio shows before I couldn't. I was that sick. I was clinging to fucking life. When I came out, I got to come out for just a few days that year because I was quarantined in there, and I came with my nurse, and we went to Lillard's bracket buster game. I could barely walk. I sat with Eddie Tillman. I still say it was his best game. I mean, he knocked down some freaking logo three. But if he'd have logoed like he does, Randy Ray would have stuck him on the end. Randy Ray coaching style was vicious. I mean, he has to go to practice. I mean, meaner than fuck. By the way, this guy's no different. Eric, I call him a Randy Ray knockoff. You know, the coaching style is the same. But he would, you know, he's a little more friendly to players, but it's the same style. It's brutal. If he would have started launching 30, 35 footers anywhere in his career, Randy Ray would have put him on the end of the bench. Randy Ray in his own press conference said, Randy Ray lived in his own little tunnel vision. I was in Randy's ear all the time. What the fuck? Me and Randy Ray got in a huge argument over Lillard. I'm like, he told me, oh, we don't have good enough players. That's why we can't, you know, because when they lost Saver after he was gone, I'm like, good enough fucking players? You out of your fucking mind like Damian Lillard? I think Anthony Johnson died this year. He took a stroke at his little girl's birthday party. I dedicated the season to him. Greatest performance, who knocked him out. You know, and his old friend Cherry. Lillard never started logo until his last game after they were beat up at Montana in the championship game. He was pissed. You could see it. And then he started I mean, I remember when he had the broken foot, he would sit here in a chair and shoot for hours. There's not a lot of stuff why he played here, people saved, whatever. I have stuff. There's not anything really signed by him. He didn't sign stuff in those days. You know, he does now. He comes back here. He's a god here. He's way past a god, a legend, with the kids, with the youth that grew up with him. Oh, he fucking is a legend here. I mean, he's so fucking loved here now. He wasn't then. For you young players, just no, his fire case Stoke. I think the loss is here and the disrespect here because he takes the high road. Again, I don't agree with his business tactics and his sports merchant. I'm against it. But people forget he played in the Nike League. And the Nike League, he got to shine against his peers, against his contemporaries. The contemporaries he would play, and they knew. These sharps knew. These other eights, they didn't know around here. KSL, Deseret News, even the Tribune, nobody gave him no love. I did. We knew what he was. I was chirping him to everybody and everywhere. I knew. You just know. I mean, when you see it, and if you don't believe me, who's the first guy that called out Rashid Shaheed as being an NFL superstar? Play back the tape, Your Honor. I did. Who's the first one that started calling Dylan Jones out? Not me. I was second. Old man Freeze, who's Lillard's biggest fan, and I mean, he's 95, 96. He knew. Us hardcore fans knew about Lillard. We knew what I remember his first game. You know, he comes off the bench, and I'm like, look at this fucking guy fly. Oh my God. It's like the first time I saw Jerry Harding play. Fucking reverses hands, flies through the air, fucking switches hands, boom. I'm like, oh, fuck. I knew, and I watched him. I mean, Lillard was all that the whole fucking time here. Now, Dylan Jones, he's like this. Grow. But that performance this weekend, are you kidding? You know, Weber had the great shooting night up in Eastern Washington, 3-point arc, but it's the greatest performance. I mean, that's what the All-Star game is. It's a showcase. Oh, you're fine. He's incredible. I mean, what he did, I mean, fuck, are you kidding me? Who could do that with a flick of the wrist from half fucking court? Because he's that physical. He's that fucking strong at his age. You know, we stood right there all day, me and his biggest fan, the young guy, and the biggest fan around here, Lillard's a young kid. I mean, him was talking. I says, how long do you think Lillard will play? And he says, well, how long do you think? I says, fuck, that dude, his physicality, the way he is, he's so focused. I says, fuck that fucker, I play forever. Until he's 16. He says, yeah, and the young guy says, his best years are ahead of him. I says, yeah, you know, he's not going to play in Portland next year. He's loyal. People, I mean, he comes back here, he puts on. I remember I walked because I had to walk. My car broke down. I walked all the way. That's fucking 8 miles I walked up here that day. Did the play-by-play on his alumni game. He had a 3-point shooting contest. And nobody could hit one. Nobody could hit it. And I'm yelling. I put it on YouTube. I'm like, Lillard, go show him how. Go show him how, Damian. I used to just call him Mr. Lillard. Lillard, go show him how. Go show him how. He walks out, first shot, half court. I've never seen anything like it. It's the greatest all-star. We can't have. He's the first player to win the 3-point contest. I mean, I equate it to this. What Lillard did this weekend at All-Star Weekend equates to Julius Erving's famous fly from above the free throw dunk. Wasn't that the ABA All-Star game? Where do you think the NBA learned from? Michael Jordan's. What was that, 88? Michael Jordan's dunk. You know, isn't that the Nike logo? Excuse me, I said Nike. He played in the Nike League, but the Adidas contract he has, which, I mean, don't get me going. But his performance in the game, he's got the most beautiful shot I ever saw. I mean, it's so strong. He's like an arrow. It's perfect. The rotation on the ball, the wrist flick, all of it, and it's like the most beautiful jump shot in sport history. I mean, it's like poetry. Just makes it look so, like Jordan used to make things look easy. He's all that. So call out to Mr. Lillard. You know, I've been critical of Lillard on his business dealings. He has a twin boy-girl. I'm a twin. I talked to him a little bit about it real briefly. When I was here, I'm like, you know, they're special people. They're rare as hell. You know, they're really rare as hell. I have a twin sister. So I've never seen somebody so dedicated, so focused. I've never seen anything like that in all my fucking life. I mean, 11 three-pointers. Fuck, 2 of them are from half court. Who could fucking do that? Nobody. After he wins a 3-point shooting. You know, I like these asshole fans. Well, isn't that what fans are anymore? They're so fucking unknowledgeable anymore. There's people in the arena booing him when he got the MVP. It was a no fucking brainer because they wanted, you know, he had a good game. And Damian just sheds it off. I mean, It's recorded in history because we have video killed the media star. Even though Slither handed him the trophy, who every time you see that guy, you get physically nauseous. You know, he's the only one creepier than Stern, Slither. So, call out from Weber State, from Ogden, Utah. It's all hardcore Weber State fans. To Mr. Lillard. As Carl Archie's calling the Great Dane. We have Klauke now, you know, so we don't do the radio anymore. Why'd they get rid of it? Kevin Blanch, too hot to handle. So, for all you young athletes, just remember, it's an evolution. It's not if you'll win or lose. It's how you play. Damian Lillard never played in an NCAA tournament, did he? Look at him. Look at him. Legend? I remember when they gave him the top 70, I said too early for that shit. No, I was against that. The top 75 players, and they put him in while he's still playing. I really believe you have to reflect, but oh, fuck. Top 75, he's going to move way past that. You know, will they win it? I don't know. You know, it's tough to win in this fucking league, especially with the officiating. That's the 2002 Sacramento Kings, you know. So, Bucks, when they won it, with Lou Alcindor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Oscar Robinson. Ooh, what a team. Damian Lillard. Whoa. The greatest performance in All-Star history, bar none. The game. The three-point shooting comp, because people love, because this is, I mean, do not kid yourself. Basketball is still a game of knocking down shots. Why would you take two when you could have three? I used to tell my team. So, it's still, so the three-point shooting contest, love it, right? Oh, hell yes. It really showcases the skill. The dunk contest, well, it's, you know, that's entertainment, but again, Lillard's performance in the game, and just the fact that he won the back-to-back three-point shooting contest, unbelievable, is his performance in the game. I put it right there with Dr. J's infamous dunk. Was that 75, 74? Sojourner named him from here. Willie Sojourner played here. Could be the greatest player here ever. He didn't play in this, but he played in Swenson. He named Dr. J. They both got drafted. Both went to the Virginia Squires, remember? And the doctor, he named him the doctor. He demanded when they trade to New York that Sojourner come with him. You know, still the rebound leading king here. King something else. He demanded that Sojourner go with him. He was killed in a car accident in Italy. He's a god. There's a gym. There's a whole arena named after him. Who did they beat? Utah Stars in the ABA championship. So I equate Lillard's performance to Dr. J's dunk, to Michael Jordan's dunk. You know, it's incredible. So, congratulations, Mr. Lillard. As Carl Archie used to call him here, the Great Dane. What a fucking blows my mind. He just gets better and better and better. It's not if you win or lose, it's how you play the fuck. He blows my fucking mind, actually. He really blows my mind. So, as you know, I'm rehabbing. I had open heart surgery this year, the second time, the chemo. I have a great heart, and so I'm really physical. I always have. I mean, ask anybody that knows me around here. Always, my physicality really matters. I mean, I rattle off 60 push-ups up at the football stadium on my 60th birthday during the spring season. You know, I'm a beast. But the chemo took out my aortic valve, and it didn't work. 5 years I've been suffering and pain. 6, actually. I'm telling them, it's going. Oh, it blew up. I had open heart surgery again this year. I have a pacemaker, but I've been rehabbing hard. It hasn't even been a year yet, so it's been a brutal fucking year, but I'm getting my strength back, my muscles coming back. And you young players, strength matters. Strength matters. Strength matters, especially when you're shooting from fucking half court consistently. He's a physical beast. He's unbelievable. So congratulations, Damian Lillard, the greatest performance in All-Star history, weekend history. The greatest performance in the All-Star game in history, bar none. Stay tuned.